Oh my God, your poor dad.
I kind of like the FaceTime episodes better with you and me because it's like I'm
Because
like in
Bailey's
the
not here.
no. Because I'm like in the comfort of my home. Like I don't have to like stress getting ready, going to your house. Like
Because my
it
house
just
is so uncomfortable.
no, but it's like also this is more us because like when we first started talking about having a podcast, it was kind of like I think based off of our morning FaceTimes because that's like where the
Mm-hmm.
juice is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I want to be able to capture that in the podcast, and
I
it's
know.
hard when it's like we've worked all day and like we've just like given our lives to everyone else and then to give our lives performing, it's sometimes like hard.
I know. It's a rough life out there for
It's
us, but
rough.
occasionally we can get these FaceTime episodes.
Yeah.
So
And we're
welcome
gonna get
back,
this one.
guys.
This is like a quick turnaround day because right when we get done recording this, I'm gonna post it.
Yeah,
So
because you've been sick.
I've been sick. I never get sick. And I woke up, first of all, this weekend, Mr. Roberts was like, do you want to go see the Austin Gamblers? It's like the PBR bull riding thing that's at Moody. And I was like, no, I feel like shit. He's like, oh, okay. And then he's somebody who like needs to be entertained. So then he asked me again. And I was like, no, I still don't want to go. And then he was
He's
like,
like, I
oh,
already bought tickets.
no. Then he goes, I bought tickets for the Austin Gamblers just in case. And I was like, I still
Mm-hmm.
don't want to go. But then now I start feeling bad. Like I am somebody like I can't just like let these tickets go to waste.
Yeah.
And like I don't think any of our friends were really in town for him to go. So like I went and I had fun. I had so much fun, but I woke up and it felt like I got hit by a fucking truck. And like I never get sick. Me and mom never get sick.
I
You and
know.
dad always
Always.
sick. And it's like I feel like me and mom don't get like as rattled or like being sick doesn't take us down as much as like you and dad. Like dad is like dying every time he's sick.
Well, the thing about me and dad is, I don't know what it is about our weak ass immune systems, but like when we both got COVID, like Jake, I was hallucinating in my dreams. Like you getting COVID and me getting COVID, they are not the same COVID.
No.
Like
Me and mom, when we got COVID, we just like lost our sense of smell. Like that was
literally, and you guys were like so annoyed that you had to like quarantine and like couldn't like that was the hardest part for you guys. Me and dad were
like actually
not
sick.
well. We were not well.
I will say I did get sick like for a couple days, but then that's the day when I was like, oh, I'm like sick. That was the day that dad wanted to move me to Austin. So he like woke me up and he's like, we're moving. And I was like, I'm sick. But like I still did
He
it.
said, get your ass out of here.
No, he literally was like, we're going today. Like right now. I was like, okay.
I've already packed all of your things in the trailer. Let's go.
Yeah. So that was fun. But yeah. So I'm feeling a little sick. That's why we were supposed to record yesterday, but I like kept like I could not like stay awake. I was on the bed or on the couch all day. And it was just
She's sick.
But I did do something that I didn't think I was ever going to do.
What?
I started Love Island.
Finally.
I know. I have to say, after I watched the first 6 episodes, and it is like such brain rot that even for me, I was like, I need a little bit more substance to this. Like the reason why I love the Housewives and Bravo is like, it goes so deep. Like you can really analyze somebody's like psyche and like every little decision they make. And like Shannon Bedore crashing her car into a house after leaving her boyfriend's house, screaming at him with the dog in the car. And then it's like, then I get to see that play out. Like I get to see her decide, am I going to drink or not? Like this, it's so like one dimensional. Like I really don't know a lot about the people.
Well, and there are interesting dynamics, and in my opinion, some episodes are better to watch than others. I don't know them off the top of my head, so like that sucks because I watched that show and it was basically like just always on in the background while I'm like sitting there doing my cross stitch and doing something. And but I was like in the room. So then when something caught my ear, I could focus and be like, oh my gosh, like that was crazy. But then it kept like playing and I'm like doing something else. You know what I mean? And that's like the perfect show for background noise. And it's like by like osmosis. You're just like getting all of the information in there because it is, there's too many episodes for like the small little nuggets that you need to pick out, but like those nuggets are just so juicy. Like this is the show that keeps on giving, I'm telling you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to watch the whole thing. I will say I really like Leah. Like I love Leah. I think she's so funny. And like I felt really bad for her when like that Liv girl came in and like stole Rob. And I was like,
okay,
wait.
I wish that you would have started before like they got out because I would want to know your thoughts on Leah because like now you know that Leah is like the fan favorite, right? Like Leah, I didn't hate her, but like I just didn't, she wasn't really on my radar as someone I really liked in the early episodes. Like it took time for like me to get to liking Leah.
So I came in with preconceived notions. Yeah. Because I did listen to the Call Her Daddy episode and I really liked her on Call Her Daddy. But yeah, I didn't like Liv.
Okay, I really like Liv. The thing that sucks.
I like her more now, but like when she came in and like chose Rob, I was like, why did you choose Rob? That had to have been like a producer thing.
Okay. I don't think so because like I don't know. I feel like when you just look at the guys, like Rob's a hot guy. Like you're just like looking at him, you're gonna I know, but I think that she just picked Rob. Like I don't know. Like it's not that deep.
Yeah, but like Erin was giving her more. It seemed like she wanted somebody who like was more of a challenge.
Well, and like, I don't know, he's a snake wrangler. She's from Australia. I'm sure like
that makes sense.
It makes sense.
I like Kayla because she's like Kayla.
Fuck, Erin, fuck.
She's so like herself and she's so like emotional. Like it's so different than me, but she's like somebody that I would be friends with because like I'm so opposite of that. And they always have like such emotional friends where it's like almost like little sis vibes.
Totally. Well, and that's what Liv and her, they become like pretty close, like a big sister, little sister kind of thing. Yeah. But like Liv, in my opinion, like the core girls, like the girls that you see now, like Janae, Serena, Leah, Liv, and Kayla, like those are the girls, like they become so close. And Liv, this was not like Liv's love show, right? But like she's the girl that all of the other girls needed because she is kind of like I'm gonna support you and like have your back, but I'm also gonna be like, hey, you're like kind of like a little tough love here and there, but like just like a sister. So it's like we needed her to like continue to rally the girls, like, and those girls like did such a good job of just like supporting each other. It was amazing. I don't know why that isn't talked about more. Like they talk about the bromance between Erin and Rob all the time. And it's like, these girls are just like so great.
Well, I was impressed. Like I've only again watched 6 episodes, but I was impressed at how much they didn't really turn on each other. But
exactly.
It was like normal like feelings where Leah was like, that fucking felt mean that she went after Rob. Like it wasn't like, I hate this girl. Like it feels like they are doing their best to like stay like united, which I like. Because I like watching girls fight, but I like watching them fight for something. Like I don't like watching girls be catty and petty and like hate on each other for no reason. I like watching them like confront each other and then find a solution. Because that's real life.
Okay, so the next time we talk, you'll be further in, and then because like I said, it's the show that keeps on giving, right? So it's like you need to understand when they finish all of the aftermath that happens, and then the reunion, and then the podcasts. Like there's just so much going on here, and like and that's what I'll say.
And that's that on that.
Yeah.
We need to talk about. Are we done with Love Island?
Unless you wanted to keep going.
No, there's nothing else I have to say. We need to talk about the ultimate clownery that we got into the other day. Like, we literally put our whole fucking hearts and souls into this. And I cannot believe, like, honestly, like, I'm kind of like,
as I'm sitting in my shrine with my reputation necklace.
No, I'm literally like annoyed. So we had so many Easter eggs on August 20th that were leading us to believe that Taylor Swift was releasing or going to announce Reputation, Taylor's version. And like, I'm on Easter egg TikTok. I am always going down these fucking rabbit holes. I think a lot of people find eggs and things that aren't eggs, like the numbers of days. Like, I really don't think that Taylor can sit there and count the days and like do all that kind of stuff and then like count the numbers, add them up. Like,
no, but like, it seemed like she herself was really directing us to this day.
Yeah.
Like, if I was a betting woman, if I had money, like, I would have...
Two things that need to happen.
Two things that I would need. I would have put everything in. Like, I would have gone all in that we are getting something about Reputation. The announcement, the drop, whatever. So much so that after the secret songs, when nothing happened, I said, oh my God, there will be no explanation. It's only Reputation. Like, she's not even going to say anything. We're just going to get it. Like, yeah. And I thought after the show, and we did get something. So we got the music video. What I hate about myself is because I was so convinced that we were getting the announcement for Reputation, I hate to admit that, like, the music video was it wasn't what I wanted.
We weren't grateful for it.
I wasn't. And I know that's a me problem. Like,
no, it's a Swiftie problem.
Like, my hopes were so high. Like, my hopes were so high. And then I was low-key devastated.
No, I was too. I was like, really, it just felt like such like a lackluster gift after what we thought we were getting.
But it's like, we don't like, she doesn't have to give us anything, you know? That's what's wild.
Sometimes is like the way people talk about Jesus Christ. They're like, no, but we don't deserve it yet. Like, we haven't worked hard enough for it.
No, it's not that. It's just that she can literally do what she wants.
Obviously, it's her own shit. But like, I Can Do It with the Broken Heart video was like not what I was looking for, and I wasn't grateful for it at all. Like, but it was interesting. One thing that I did like is that we have gotten some clues about like timelines and things, because the beginning of the music video is a time lapse of like everyone coming in for one of her shows. Mm-hmm. And then the fans put it together that it was Arlington Night 1. So that's kind of what we, as fans, we've put two and two together. Like, she was singing the one. No, she was singing Invisible String.
She was singing Invisible String, and she did that night 1. And
no, she changed it.
No, she changed. Oh, really? I thought she changed it for our show. I thought she did it the day before. No, you're right.
Yeah.
But I was so sad.
When you look back at, because last night when I was bored, I was looking back at some of the Taylor Swift videos from the tour or the show we were at. And like, you can just tell, like, she's a performer. She put on an amazing show.
Totally.
We had no idea at the time, but now looking at where she was then and where she is now with the show, she has way much more fun with it. She's also been doing it for like a year.
Yeah, she doesn't have to think about it as much. Like, it's such muscle memory at this point. It's hard to say like but I mean, she was literally doing it with a broken heart.
But like, you can even tell, like, I was looking at Cardigan and August videos, and she's just like, you can tell she's like a little sad. Like, she's just kind of giving like sad. But I don't know if it's just because I'm looking for that.
Yeah.
Or what, but yeah.
It's just crazy. I know that all of us, like, in our own lives, jobs, whatever, sometimes we have to do it with a broken heart, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know that I could sing with a broken heart. Like, I don't know how she does when some of those songs would like have a little like frog in her throat or something. I don't know how you do that, but I guess it's like you have to, like, you literally just have to. Everyone's here.
I feel like I would be good at compartmentalizing because I'm kind of crazy in that way.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Like, I'm good at like really stuffing a feeling in a box.
You are such a good avoider.
100%. Like, and I don't think Taylor's an avoider. Like, I think
she feels. Well, the thing that's just crazy, I bet you there's some old journal entries or something that could make me cry. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like all of hers are written in songs.
Yeah.
That she has to play. I don't know. I couldn't do, like, some of her songs still make me cry when I think about what I was going through during that time.
Yeah, but if you're getting paid millions upon millions, I could do anything for millions.
And that is the only thing that could make me do it with a broken heart is getting paid millions of dollars.
But like, there's got to be some Easter eggs in that music video that she gave us that are telling us when we're getting Reputation. I don't even
want to like go down that road.
Well, also I was looking at because I was scrolling TikTok as I do, and the Anti-Hero music video came on my TikTok, and it was like the part where they're sitting on the roof, and Taylor's wearing snake boots that are green. And like, that's kind of been the thing, like green, people are like associating green with Reputation, but green is debut. Like, she's made that very clear. She even in her post thanking everyone for the European tour, she put green as debut. Reputation's always going to be black. Mm-hmm. But like, how do you show black with like the LED lights that are on everyone's wrist? Like, so I don't know.
Honey, I don't know.
I'm also on Eras tour, like dancers and singers and everything coming home. Are you on that side of TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
I need a documentary on the logistics of this tour. Like, it's crazy.
I bet we'll get one.
We need it.
I really think that because it's crazy. Like, this is such
4 months.
I bet we'll get something like that for sure.
Paul, whatever his name is, your favorite
guitarist.
Paul. His baby was born and he was gone for 4 months. But they're probably getting paid so much fucking money.
I was just thinking, like, I wonder what Taylor did for like his wife. You know what I mean? Like, for his, like, not that you can ever get that experience back, but that she's gonna do some, like, in those situations, do something like extra sweet.
They probably got pregnant like right around the time Eras tour was even like, they probably got pregnant on the Eras tour because the baby was just born.
So yeah.
I don't know. It's so fascinating. The whole thing, like, what are we going to do when Eras is over? Like, this has been part of our lives for like almost 2 years.
I don't know, because we just won't have as much of her, and that's going to be good for her, but it's going to be sad for us.
I know, but I also think that her and Travis are going to get engaged after the Super Bowl.
You think it'll be that long?
Yeah. What do you mean that long? It's not that long. It's like 6 months from now.
I guess you're right, because football season is going to start. It's like starting now. Yeah, I guess you're right. He's probably not going to do it.
That would only be them being together for like a year and a half. Because they got together like their first public outing was also, that's crazy. It was like my birthday and the Bears game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's still crazy that Taylor's first game. Do you think that's an Easter egg at us? Her first public game was the Bears game.
Is this so play about us? I think it is.
I know. And it was like my birthday. It was the day before my birthday. Or was it the day of my birthday?
I don't know.
I think it was my actual birthday. Because you guys were gone.
Gone?
From Paris, sorry.
Oh, right. I was like, yeah, no, you are right.
That's wild. Yeah, because this year my birthday. Oh, I don't know. Anyways, who cares?
Um,
It's my 36th birthday.
oh, that's weird.
Speaking of birthdays, okay, another thing, Mr. Roberts, like of the planner, he's such a Virgo. He's like, where should we go for a birthday? Like he wanted to do a birthday trip, and I was like, I don't know, maybe like Paris. Wait, did I just make myself bigger and you smaller?
No.
Okay. Um, and I was like, let's go to Paris and London. And he was like, where else should we go? I think we should go to Montana. And I was like, let's go to Cabo. He's like, where else do you think you should go? I want to go to Montana. And I was like, we should go to Nashville. He's like, where else do you think we should go? I want to go to Montana. I'm like, what if we went to Montana?
And he said, oh my
yeah,
God.
that's a great idea.
So you're going to Montana.
So we're going to Montana. We're going to this dude ranch. And like, we were choosing between two dude ranches. And one of them just like aesthetically was like not my vibe. I was like, I really can't. Like, it looked like Home Goods, like threw up in it. Like, it was like lots of turquoise, lots of like live, laugh, love signs. And I was just like, I really like can't be here, like be in the woods and in that. But like this one is like super like cool. Like it feels like super Westerny. And we're learning. So each day we get an itinerary. It's like grown up like summer camp.
Oh my gosh, this is why he wants to do this.
I know, it's like the itinerary's already there. Like he doesn't have to do anything.
But he's entertained the whole. Like he has something to do every day.
And I know, and that's why like part of me is like really scared that I'm sick because I'm like this itinerary. When I was looking at it like from a well mind, I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. But like with a sick mind, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But it's like rodeo school, horseback riding, clay shooting, hikes, like the whole fucking thing. So that's
That'll be fun though.
Doing this weekend.
You're going this weekend? I thought it was going to be like for your birthdays.
Well, this is Labor Day weekend, so.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Honey, you need to be taking. I'll send you a list of vitamins that always get me back feeling good.
I know. I've been taking vitamins. I just need to like calm down and lay.
Wow. Speaking of laying, let me tell you something funny that happened the other day.
What?
Okay, so you moved out of your apartment and you gave us your couch, right?
Right.
And so I have these two adorable gremlin dogs, right? So when we brought your couch into the house, I was like, okay, I'm going to completely clean this couch because there was like so much Hank. I was like, I don't want my dogs to pee on. I don't know, whatever. So I washed all of the things, like everything's like good, great, grand. I'm like scrubbing like the sides because we got kind of like dirty, whatever. Anyway, so once it's all like clean and perfect, it looks so beautiful. I'm like,
wait,
okay.
So you guys clean the couch?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
I Googled like, what's the best way to wash like these linen covers? Like everything's like so clean, so perfect. Okay. I even got a, what's it called? Like a fabric shaver or like pill or something.
Because it's like,
yeah. And so like, I'm like, it looks chef's kiss, beautiful.
Brand new?
It looks so good. Okay. So I want to keep it that way. So I get Scotch Guard and I'm, spraying the couch down and it says on the like spray, anywhere that's not fabric, make sure you wipe immediately the Scotch Guard. And I'm like, great. So I just moved the couch and I mopped where I had sprayed it like on the hardwood floor, right? I think that's fine. I think that's enough. Bailey and me and the dogs are back in my bedroom watching TV. I had a plate in my room. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go take my plate to the kitchen. Okay. I take 2 steps. It's kind of like me doing a U-turn from the hallway to get into my kitchen. And when I step into like the front room hardwood floor where I had sprayed, basically the Scotch Guard made the floor like so slippery. So I'm barefoot. I take 1 step and then I go to take my second step while I'm like kind of turning. So my one other foot is like not even in the air because I was like about to take another step, right? So it's off. As soon as I put my second foot down, it slipped out from under me so fast. I fall on my hip and my elbow.
Oh
Like,
my God.
it's starting to turn into a bruise. I fall so hard. The plate's in my hand. I basically just like body slammed this plate onto the ground. Like, it shatters. And so Bailey is like in my room with the dogs, and she knows that she can't come out because then the dogs are going to come out. She knows that something broke, right?
Yeah.
And so she's like, "Are you okay?" And it knocked the wind out of me. Like, I felt so.
You were like, oh.
And so I'm laying there, and I'm like,
Oh.
I was like, "I think so." And she said, "Are you bleeding?" And I was like, I don't think so. Like, this, I got like a little wood burn along with like my bruise, whatever. And I was like, I think I'm okay. I just like, I need a minute. Like, I can't move yet. Like, I could not move. I was leveled. So then I like, after probably like a minute, I sit up like to where I'm still on the ground, but I'm like sitting like on my butt, and I'm like, what just happened? The thing about falling when you're like in your 30s is like,
it's so embarrassing.
It's so humbling, and like,
it hurts so bad.
It hurts so bad. I was so embarrassed, and I'm at my house and no one even saw it. Like, I'm so embarrassed. I'm like laughing to myself, and I'm like, and then I also have to clean up my mess because like this plate shattered. Like, it was, and now the thing is like where it is on my elbow, it's like right where you put like your arm on an armrest.
Yeah.
And so working has sucked. My hip hurts so bad. Roman just like grazed it as he was laying next to me, and I literally yelped. I was like, "Ah!" Like, it hurt. Like, it hurts so bad. All that to say, we have completely like reimagined our living room. We have a rug. We have the new couch. We have your coffee. Bailey got a rug from Costco yesterday for like $50, and it's like a 10-foot by almost 8-foot like area rug. And it looks so good. It's the main color is like black-ish, but like it also has like almost the exact color of like the cream from the couch, and then like that black chair we took, like everything ties in so well. Our living room looks so much bigger now that we have that like big couch like out of the way, and we have like your couch against the wall. We have two, like the black chair, and then one of our like other podcasting chairs. Like like it looks so good.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited to see it.
I know you're gonna like it. But
wait, speaking of Roman, when are you gonna leave your house?
Oh my gosh. Okay, really great question. So we had another vet update.
Do you have to pay every time you go to the vet for updates?
Yes. Yes and no. Honestly, like they like me and Roman so much. Sometimes they'll be like, okay, you're fine. But this time I did go in specifically asking for like anti-anxiety meds and stuff because I need to leave him. Like, I'm actually working at an office on Wednesday, and I'm telling them like he already had separation anxiety beforehand. Now he's like, his back is getting better. Like, he's able to walk, but they don't want him like jumping around. So like when I leave the house, I need to put him in his crate. Mm-hmm. But sometimes he's like, he gets really worked up and he like won't rest in his crate. So on Wednesday, I'm working from an office. So they were like, okay, here's more gabapentin. Like, they love it. They love it for dogs. So
I love gabapentin.
You love gabapentin?
Yeah. I was on that after my surgery.
Really?
Isn't it a muscle relaxer?
Yeah, it's like it's like a pain reliever, like anti-anxiety kind of thing. And so they were like, let's give him that so we can give him that while he's still like trying to chill in his crate. And then she sent me a whole bunch of information on how we can start trying to help with his attachment issues with me. So hopefully I can start leaving the house without him losing his mind really soon. We will find out on Wednesday.
He needs help.
I know. I told them that I was like, he's always been really obsessed with me, but this injury where I'm not allowed to leave the house because I have to watch him 24/7. Like, he wants me to unzip my skin so he can crawl inside. Like, he is so obsessed. I was like, this is worse than any way it's ever been. So
yeah, it's so bad. It's like, it's actually really, really bad. And I think you you downplay it so much. Like, he is stressed from the moment you leave his sight.
I know.
And it's like around all of us too. Like, he'll be with us at like mom and dad's house, and like, he won't be able to calm down. He's just standing by the door you left out of, screaming, crying.
And the thing is he's, when he is distraught like that, he sounds like, have you seen that Frenchie, who, like, when they go on walks, it's like, bah, 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 like,
Yeah.
he sounds like that. He sounds insane
He
whenever.
sounds like a ghost. He's like, oh. He's literally
does do that.
like, it's so hard. And it's funny because Tiger is like so bad. Like, he's just like, you know, like
In such a different way.
But like, he's so easy to take care of
Yes.
when you're gone. Like, all he wants to do is just cuddle. Like, and it's just, I like love watching Tiger. Roman, oh, I'm like, can you please just shut up? Like,
I know.
stop. It's like, it can turn you like insane.
I know. Literally, I know. I've been losing my mind. Last week, I was in such a bad mental state. I'm like, I feel myself just like getting so weird and like not caring about things that I like used to care about. And so we're so close to for the vets feeling more comfortable that Roman's going to be like better. So we're working on, I'm starting this like plan. I'm like, okay, I need to get my nails done, but my nails are so short. I had my nails done for 2 years. For 2 years, they were always done. And they were long, but since I get dip, like when the dip came off, my nails were so fragile. And so they just kept like getting shorter and shorter. So now I'm like, okay, what color am I going to get when I get my nails done? Like, this is going to be so exciting. I need to get my hair done. I need to get my hair done so bad, but I think I'm going to reach out to your girl because
I love my girl.
I've tried a couple people and I just don't love what I've been getting. Yeah. And I don't want to pay for something I don't love. So
I cannot say enough good things about Katie. If anyone's in Austin, it's so hard as a blonde to find someone who you like. Like, usually I would leave the hair salon. I'm like, this is fine. Like,
it's fine.
I'm never going to get what I want, whatever. But whenever I leave Katie, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, even when I'm not like super blonde, because sometimes I think blondes get blonde blindness. And I love the way she does. I don't even have to tell her. She like does whatever she feels like she needs to do on me. Mm-hmm. I love her.
Yeah. I think I'm going to reach out to her to see like when she has some availability, when she thinks she can get me in. I don't know, because we just need to like revamp. Maybe I need to get a little Botox, you know, I need
Botox too.
I need to get back on my routine.
You need a spray tan. That will honestly make you feel so much better. Like, I say spray tans are like Tylenol for your confidence. Like, it just makes you like look in the mirror and like yourself. And like, it kind of helps you like think clearly, you know, like when you have a headache and you just like take a little time, or like when you're on your period, you take a little Midol and you're like, oh, like I can like do things now.
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now.
I'm just so ready to be like back and be able to, hey, do you guys want to go grab a drink?
Do you want to like leave the house? Do
you want to like go somewhere outside of my bedroom? Like, this is wild.
Should we hang out in my living room?
Yeah, I'm in my office. Like, this was a big step, moving from my bedroom to my office.
Where is he now?
Well, he was sitting right next to me, but now he's he's coming back.
He's allowed to walk?
He's not supposed to walk too much, but he can walk. Like, he's not supposed to like play with his brother. He's not supposed to be like jumping around. So like, he's literally just like laying down right next to me, and Tiger's laying in his beanbag on the other side.
Tiger would be amazing at bed rest.
Tiger would blow up. Like, he would get so big. Like, his current challenge the vet put him on diet food that he hates so much. He hates it, and he just like, but Roman will eat it, and so then he like gets so confused. He's convinced that Roman must have something better than he does, and so he'll like run over to Roman's food, and he's like, I'm like, fine, eat it, eat Roman's food, like. And I'll even put like a little bit of like ground turkey like in with their kibble. So like I'm sure the diet food tastes like shit. So like I'll put a little ground turkey in there, and Tiger just like looks at me like, what have you done to me? Like give me my carby kibble because like I want it.
Have you tried Spot and Tango?
No.
It's actually so good. It's like unkibble. It's like fresh kibble. It's like the freeze dried. But it's so Hank loves Spot and Tango. Hank is so picky. Like he does not like real kibble. Like he wants what mommy's eating. And so the one food that I will give him and he'll immediately eat is like this freeze dried like food. And I have been going to this other store because I like canceled Spot and Tango. I've been going to the other store. It's so expensive. Like Spot and Tango is probably one of the most like cost effective unkibble food. And like they don't eat a lot of it and they don't need a lot of it because it's so calorie dense. So like I was giving Hank so much of his kibble and like I give him like half of this unkibble. And it's like that also is a mind fuck for me because I'm like, am I starving my dog? But I'm not. It's fine.
I'll look into that.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. If any girl, because like I like feeding Hank like the real food, like the farmer's dog, the Barking Creek food. But like it's hard when you're traveling to give that to someone to give to your dog because it's like it's messy, it's like hard to like keep fresh or whatever. So like this is a good alternative.
Nice.
I know this is like not sponsored. I've like reached out to them a million times. I'm like, will you?
It's not sponsored yet.
Yet, bitch.
Yet.
Wait, there was something else we wanted to talk about.
The only other thing I wanted to talk about was I saw It Ends With Us.
Oh my God. Okay. How was it? Because you're a notorious hater.
I know. So here's the thing. I don't know if because I hated the book so much, if like I didn't know how I was going to think about it. And like I will say like there were parts of the movie where I was just like eye roll, but like overall I liked the movie. Like overall I liked the movie so much more than I liked the book.
Really?
And I'm just going to say spoiler alert now. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm going to spoil it for you. I don't care because like I really liked this. So everyone else, spoiler alert, listen at your own risk. I loved because some of the like abusive scenes that happened
in the book.
Like yeah, like so it's like I knew what was coming and so I would be like preparing myself like how am I going to feel, how am I going to react when this happens? And then the scene happened, like the first scene happened in the movie and literally like I saw the movie with Smacky, with Sarah, and I look at Sarah and I'm like, wait, that was an accident. Like that. Like, and so then I'm confused. I'm like, are they gaslighting me? Like, or are they changing it to where they don't want it, like, they don't want it to be as graphic or something? Like, I was so confused. So then the next situation happens and I'm like, okay, here we go. And again, it's like an accident. I'm like, well, that's weird. Well, then when the third thing happens, and you actually see it, right? You see like the full thing and you're like, okay. Then she has this like these flashbacks.
Wait, hold on. I don't know if
it
like I couldn't hear. So you said and the third thing happened.
So yeah, the third thing happened and we actually see what we like are supposed to see, right? Then she has these flashbacks of the other two events. And so like and you actually see what really happened. And so I really liked the way they filmed it because like it was filmed from like her perspective of like, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Like it was an accident. But then when she's like ready to like get out, basically, she's like revisiting those memories. And it's like, wait, no, this is what actually happened. Like, this is what actually happened. And like visually, like as like watching it as a movie, I just thought that was a very cool
And
I don't know if
like
that's
probably a more accurate way about how
total, because it's like
people
that's how you
experience this.
feel. Like it's so easy, especially like the first time. It's like so easy to be like, wait, that was weird, but like maybe I think I did something weird. I don't know, or like maybe
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it was really interesting to me how they were able to capture the feeling of like, oh, like he didn't mean it that way. Like it was like this was an accident, you know?
Yeah.
Um, for that reason, I don't think this movie should win like an Oscar or anything, but
Yeah.
like I
I don't
did
think Blake Lively's really gonna win an Oscar anytime soon. Like,
I did just
let's be
like the
real.
movie better than I expected to.
What did you think about Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively in the movie?
Okay, that's like such a I didn't love the cast to begin with.
Uh-huh.
Watching the movie, it was fine. Like they were fine. The longer I watched the movie, the more I believed in them as their characters.
Yeah.
So like overall it was fine. But some of her outfits were just like a little too weird. And
Yeah.
I know that's like supposed to be like, she's quirky, you know, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of it was like just a little too distracting, like to where it was like taking out of the movie because I'm like, what the fuck is she wearing now? You know?
But they were saying when they were doing press, like, oh, it's gonna make sense when you watch the movie.
What? The outfits?
Yeah. Do you think it made sense?
I mean, it makes sense. Like that's her character, but I don't know. It's fine.
In the book, I didn't really get that she was so quirky. Like I thought the flower shop was quirky because the way she was describing it was like, who the fuck is gonna put like studs and leather on a vase?
Well, and that's the other thing. I've heard a lot of people saying like, oh, the flower shop's exactly what they envisioned in their mind. And it's not, it was kind of like better than I envisioned in my mind, I guess. Like I was thinking it was kind of like a more emo, like Panic at the Disco or, you know, like,
that's what I got from it.
It's a little better than that. I don't know. It's like not as like emo. It was fine. Like overall, it was fine. The ending, I still have like, there's just a couple scenes that like, we didn't need this. Like we did not need this. Like this is weird. But much better than the book.
Okay. Well, that's good because you fucking hated the book.
I hated the book.
I hated the book because I was like, I don't understand why this, and that's like another criticism I have of the press around the movie. They're like, oh yeah, people were acting like this book was like this big conversation around domestic violence. And I was like, I didn't even really get that from the book. Like, I didn't think it was talking, I didn't even know that's what the book was about when I like went into it. There was no like trigger warning. There was nothing like that. So I don't know. And also like everything has to be like activism about everything, you know? Like and I think like this is probably a good time to talk about it, but like people were like holding Blake under a microscope. Like anytime she talked about anything else, like what do you want her to do? Like only talk about this one thing? Like she's still like an actress. Like these people are not relatable. They're not like of this world. They're in a different world, you know?
Yeah, like we can't hold like we can't hold Blake responsible to know what to say to women who have been in those situations and like how to help those. It's like,
yeah,
that's not her goal in life. Like her goal in life is to be an actress. Like that's her career path.
And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but like we've made Blake Lively famous. Like this is what we've done.
Yeah.
But also I was thinking like if you put anyone, any actor, any celebrity's like worst moments and you compiled them, like they're gonna look like a dick. Like you could do that with almost any single famous person. And like I've never been like a Blake Lively stan to begin with.
Well, the thing is like what's confusing to me is people being like, oh, like now we're seeing the real big Blake Lively, but like
She's always been like that.
And it's never, I mean, it's never bothered me. Like but like back when she was on Gossip Girl, I've heard that she was a little more difficult to work with, and that like her and Leighton Meester like didn't actually really get along. Like that's this like isn't really like news to me, but it's a little surprising to me that so many people are like, oh my gosh, the woman that we all thought we knew like isn't that woman. It's like I still like Blake Lively. Like I like Blake Lively even.
Well, you like her because she's Taylor's best friend.
But like I liked her. Like I honestly, whenever I watched, oh my gosh, what Sisterhood with the Traveling Pants, like I thought she was so cool. Yeah. I thought she was so cool. I was like, I wish I could be her. Like I've always just like liked her, and knowing that she's, I don't know, like been hard to work with is like that doesn't affect my view on like Blake Lively and like her roles. Like that's not something that like whatever.
Well, I think like with any famous person, like they're people at the end of the day. So human beings are flawed. B, to be an actor, you have to be fucking weird. You have to have something that is off within you to be able to like go into these characters. And I think we see that with a lot of actors who like open up a little bit more to the public, like Kristen and Dax. Like we've seen how these two, like the more we get to know them, the more like we see the real them, and like people like love them even more for it. But then a lot of people fucking hate them even more for it. But like none of these people are without flaws.
Yeah.
And especially artists, like they're so weird. Like imagine like how embarrassing, like acting is probably the most embarrassing thing you can do. Like
literally,
really, like you like come onto set and like you have to like be someone else. You have to pretend.
Yeah.
Like how weird is that?
That's like right up your alley. Like you like
totally.
You doing that acting class in 5th grade. Like
it was like so me.
So like, you.
Also, Blake Lively is a child actor. Like same with Taylor. Like I'm sure Taylor is like, she tries so hard to stay grounded. You could tell. Like, and I think she probably does a better job at it than a lot of other people. But at the end of the day, like Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, like they all have to be like a little fucking weird to be actors and be famous. Like no one's not. Even like I see people on TikTok who like blow up. They can be fucking weird.
Yeah. All that to say, like I don't know if we'll ever know like really what happened with like Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively and like the cat, like if anything happened or what happened, or like it could be one little thing that happened, like one little tiff between the two of them, that really snowballed into like something that it never was, or, maybe it was publicity, maybe it wasn't. Like, I don't know that we'll ever know, but like, I can't care,
I can't just looking at the whole situation from a bird's eye view, not really knowing and not really liking any of the players. Like I'm not like ride or die for any one of these people.
Yeah.
I can't look at this situation and not think it's fucking weird that like nobody's on Justin Baldoni's side and everyone's on Blake's side.
Well, the other thing about that, I was talking to Patrick, and I might be like getting some of the things that he said like off, but he was saying that because I hope it's not wrong, but like because he Justin Baldoni was like the director, he was like oftentimes like we don't see directors doing press with the cast like for a reason, and he's like it might be weird because he's directing and he's also like in the movie. He's like, but like to him, it wasn't like weird because he was the director that he wasn't doing the press, or like or it could be kind of, you know what I mean? It's like, so I feel like there's just so many things that we
But
just
that's
don't
not the only
know.
thing. That's not the only thing. And also, like, directors, I've seen like Quentin Tarantino do press with his cast, and like he's, whatever. But like, it's not just that. Like, if it was just that, but no one's talking about Justin Baldoni. Like, no one. Everyone's like diverting their questions away from him. And it's like people who are just like Jenny Slate. Like, why is Jenny Slate not talking about Justin Baldoni?
Yeah. Also, Jenny Slate was like the star of the movie.
She was.
I just
Or
like,
did she just steal the show?
she, like, she stole the show in like every scene that she was in. Well, actually, no, she didn't steal the show. It's just like,
In a good way.
In a good way, but it's like she didn't. Well, she wasn't like overpowering. Like she wasn't too much. It's just like every time she was in a scene, I was like, oh my god, I really like her. Like she is so likable. Like it was just so great.
I love that. I like her.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Is there anything else? Anything? Like, I feel like Monday morning is usually like a good like news day.
Well, the only other thing in my life, like again, my life has been so weird lately. I didn't have internet for 12 days. And that was so crazy to me, that just the realization that everything in our lives now is somehow wrapped up in like our internet and our Wi-Fi. And even to the point, so because I didn't have internet for so many days, like there were so many like texts coming out, looking at the inside of my house, the outside of my house, trying to fix the issue, right? Yeah. And on day like 11, I was like, it's a little weird. I've had at least 8 or 9 like different people like in and around my house. I'm just a girl, like in my house by myself during the day. And I didn't have the comfort of like my cameras working. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like things like that, where it's like that extra sense of security that I have normally, I don't have that. Like I couldn't watch TV, God forbid, like my Netflix, my Peacock, my Hulu, like I couldn't do any of that. I mean, it's just crazy. Everything is so wrapped up in our internet, and thank God they finally got it going. And here's the other thing. I got a little snappy with the guy. The morning of the day it got fixed, the first person came at 8 a.m, and he's like, it's an issue that another tech, I'm not the right kind of tech. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Again, like I keep hearing this. So then they send a second guy that same morning. He gets here around like 10 or 11. And he's like, I heard you don't have internet. How long has that been going on? And I'm like, hello? Do you have notes on my account? Like what's going on? So I get a little snippy. He stays here all day, and praise be, he fixes my internet. Now here's the thing. He did not knock on my door to 1, confirm that the internet's on.
Yeah.
Or to 2, be the hero. Like, ma'am, after 12 days, I'm the one that fixed your internet, and like, let me like praise him for it. Yeah. Or be like, hey lady, I fixed your internet. You were kind of a brat earlier today. Like, you're welcome. You know what I mean?
Say thank you.
He didn't rub it in my face. He didn't like, there was like nothing. And so I'm like, that's so interesting to me. Like, I appreciate it. And I'm sorry that I was a little, but also everyone was telling me, they're like, you're being a little too nice. I'm like, no one's ever told me that before. They're like,
wait, also, side note, Ben and Jen got divorced.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. The only thing that like makes me really like Jennifer Lopez is, what do you think it is?
Selena.
Exactly. There is just
she's not the same person.
I know. But it's like, as somebody, like, I'm a millennial. I grew up like peak Jennifer Lopez era. Like, I was in high school, like when a lot of this stuff was like going down with her. Like, that I see, like, Gen Z has no idea how like big Jennifer Lopez was back in the day, Mm-hmm. Like Jenny from the Block, that was like fucking crazy. That was like, it was huge. And when all of this Ben and Jen stuff was going on in 2002, 2003, like it was everywhere. Like those paparazzi pictures of him like touching her butt on the boat, and then like they just never made it to the altar. He ended up with Jennifer Garner. It was like a whole thing, whatever. Now, like, I feel as though Ben Affleck is kind of like in his like flop era. Like, we know he's like a recovering alcoholic. He like America's sweetheart is Jennifer Garner. She's like one of like, she's just like such a nice, likable person. And like that didn't work out because of him and like the nanny. And
well, what I was going to say is I disagree that Ben is in his flop era. I think he was in his flop era. Like he's not, he was at the flop. He's back. He's coming back up. Like he's coming back up like pretty fast
that's what
too.
I mean. I feel like, I think when it's like him and Jennifer, it's like almost like they like met like at the middle, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then it like, it bounced each other up. Like it put her down and him up, mm-hmm. which I kind of hate to see it. Like I wish the woman would be better.
Okay. But the reason why I disagree with that statement is because obviously we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, right? But the things that we have seen of Jennifer Lopez, the things that she wanted us to see, the things that she put out there, think like being so off, but being like, this is it, baby. Like, I'm not surprised. Like, I'm so not surprised. And I was happy that they got married because it was this romance that this love that like should have been, that wasn't, you know, or like what could have been, whatever. It's like we found our way back to each other kind of thing. Yeah. Like that was a beautiful story. But again, she's not that girl. Like, here's the thing. I know that like Jenny from the Block like was popular. I personally think that she would have had a much better career if she just really like focused on acting. But I think she really was drawn to like music. Like that's what she like wanted. But I think she walks around acting like she's Mariah Carey, and she's not.
No, she doesn't even sing her own songs. Like it's like very, like it's very well documented that Jennifer Lopez cannot sing. And like that she's had other people like sing for her. And I'm sure she could like sing enough to get by. She can sing enough to be a pop star, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, but it's just like I agree. She should focus on acting. Like that's where she's so good at.
I love
that's what we want.
Yeah. Her. I enjoy seeing her in movies. Like there's a lot. I don't know if there's one movie that I've seen of her that I was like, ugh, like horrible. Like yeah. I enjoy her movies. She really could have like done something if she like stayed there, and if she was just like a little more humble. Like if she is supposed to be Jenny from the Block, like remember that sometimes. Like yeah. you don't have to remember that all day, every day.
When she takes out her hair, she's reminded of the girl on the but like also what happened between her and Leah Remini? Because that was also, it was like Selena and Leah Remini where I was like, okay, maybe J-Lo isn't like a terrible human being. But the fact that J-Lo is like always getting divorced, like she had this friendship breakup with Leah Remini. She like is just notoriously like such a diva. Like I'm like, but not in a way where like Mariah Carey is a diva, but like it is like the thing that makes her great.
Well, and the other thing, yeah, Mariah Carey is a diva because like she kind of can be, and like she can put on a show where she's just gonna like sit there and you're just gonna like watch her sing, and it's
she's gonna lay on a couch and sing. Like that's Mariah Carey's show.
I wonder. I just think it's like kind of hard to be J-Lo's friend, maybe like let alone be in a relationship with her. I think there's a lot that revolves around like her all the time. Yeah. And what if crazy also speculating, like I'm so sorry to this woman if like none of this is like even remotely like right, but it's like what if you're talking to your best friend and you're like, hey, guess what, I know we like kind of just got back together, we're like we're gonna get married, and what if she's like, are you sure about that? Because there's a lot of other factors at play now. Like, do you want to, like, you have kids, he has kids, like there's just like, do you want to think about it a little longer? I could see someone like what I know of J-Lo being like, wow, you're not supportive, cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't like, that shouldn't be a cut-worthy conversation, right? But I could see something like that.
Leah Remini being like, I don't think he's good for you, Jenny.
Right.
Jen.
Right.
Like, I don't think it was like so soft. Like, I don't think it was like, hey.
I feel like maybe, I don't know. Maybe a lot of people have to be like soft with her.
Maybe. I just feel like it was like, what's it like getting divorced that many times? Like, that's crazy. Like, this is like her 4th divorce.
I don't know.
Like if Gigi was alive, we could ask her. She's like, what? Why did you get married so many times? After like the 3rd, I'd be like, okay, that's it.
I don't know. I mean, she's looking for love in all the wrong places.
Literally. Like Ben Affleck, I'm sorry. Like, he's just not like a loyal guy.
I have no problem with Ben Affleck.
Are you a woman that supports other women though?
I like don't know as much about Ben Affleck as you do.
I just feel like he is a cheater.
Yeah. I think that's true. But I don't know. I like love the relationship between like him and Jennifer Garner.
No, because Jennifer Garner carries that relationship.
I know, she's a queen.
She's literally like such a likable person. Like, she's just like, I can just see her in like those paparazzi shots where she's like listening to Ben and she's like being so understanding and he just looks so disheveled and you could just tell he's like, oh my God, like Jennifer, you have no idea like how annoying Jenny is. And like, I just like see her like being so empathetic. She's like, yeah. Like, but also like, oh my God, I'm so glad that we did not work out.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
I love Jennifer Garner. When I was little, I used to like not think Jennifer Garner was pretty. She's like one of those celebrities. I also didn't think like
Hilary Swank.
I also didn't think that Julia Roberts was pretty.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I didn't understand why she was so pretty. But as a kid, like, you like more cartoonish people. Like, I loved the Spice Girls. I thought they were the most gorgeous women in the world because they were like so extra, you know?
Right, because
now when you look at them, you're just like, oh, like, it's like a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids are drawn to the characters.
Yeah. And maybe I was just like a bitch. I was like definitely not a woman that supports other women as a child.
That's okay. You were a child.
I was a child that supported children.
Barely.
You
supported yourself.
I was an egomaniac.
You supported yourself and the dogs.
Yeah. It was all about the dogs.
Okay. Well, I gotta go.
Okay.
This was great.
End it? Yeah,
guys, please like this, share it with your friends, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Your Poor Dad Pod, and email us at yourpoordad@gmail.com. Any of your, just like anything you want to like get off your chest, any advice you have for us, just whatever you want us to know.
Amazing.
So we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.